You know, there's a lot of shows out there that just kind of like fly under my radar. Like, you'd think that since I watch so many different shows and movies to make videos about, that I must be like on the up and up about everything TV related, right? Not really. I get a lot of messages from you guys about like, hey, if you're looking for a dumb show to make a video about, you should check out Once Upon a Time. And I wasn't really sure what to expect because like a lot of people just want me to talk about their favorite show like in general. But I'll tell you this, in terms of making a video, this show delivered spectacularly. Take a walk with me. The show starts out with Snow White getting married to Prince Charming after their first kiss, which I mean, like, you know, I get it. We've all been 16 before, but still, probably not the best idea. Then the evil queen shows up and delivers the same speech that I used to say to myself when I was like 25 and I saw any happy couple posting their pictures online.
Soon, everything you love, everything all of you love, will be taken from you forever. And out of your suffering will rise my victory. I shall destroy your happiness if it is the last thing I do.
Then we flash forward to the real world, where Emma Swan is having a date with some cool-looking dude.
Emma.
Ryan?
You look relieved.
Oh, well, it is the internet. Pictures can be...
Fake, outdated, stolen from Victoria's Secret catalog.
Yeah, but I mean, like, I used to steal my dating profile pictures from Victoria's Secret too, but like, I don't know, everyone always figured it out somehow. This game is rigged, I tell you. But just as things are starting to go well, typical Emma has to go and ruin everything.
You are handsome, charming.
Go on.
The kind of guy who, and now stop me if I get this wrong, embezzled from your employer, got arrested, and skipped town before they were able to throw your ass in jail.
Okay, well, looks like someone read my profile. So that day is Emma's birthday, and she spends it alone eating a cupcake, when suddenly...
Can I help you?
Are you Emma Swan?
Yeah, who are you?
My name's Henry. I'm her son.
Well... Okay. Emma, of course, not entirely convinced of this whole thing.
I'm calling the cops.
And I'll tell them you kidnapped me.
And they'll believe you because I'm your birth mother.
Yep.
You're not gonna do that.
Try me.
You're pretty good. But here's the thing, there's not a lot I'm great at in life. I have one skill. Let's call it a superpower.
For years, everyone at school laughed at me, but finally I learned how to lick my own elbow. I was also never invited to prom, but that's probably not related.
Please don't call the cops. Please. Come home with me.
Don't call the cops, come home with me. Well, speaking of online dating, this kid's already got the most important lines memorized. After some back and forth, Henry tells her that he's from a place called Storybrooke in Maine, and that the whole town is actually just made up of cursed storybook characters who were banished there by the evil queen. And upon hearing this, Emma decides to drive Henry all the way back home because, you know, she's apparently never seen a horror movie where random kids show up and drag unsuspecting people to small rural towns before. Anyway, back in the storybook world, Snow White and Prince Dude are a little worried about what the queen's gonna do to them. So they visit Rumpelstiltskin in prison, who tells them that their child is the only way to save the world from the queen's curse. So, naturally, Geppetto builds a magic wardrobe that will protect Snow White and her baby, but Snow White still isn't totally on board with the whole thing.
I'm not leaving you.
It's the only way. You'll go in there and you'll be safe from the curse.
He said it would be on her 28th birthday.
It's 28 years when you have eternal love.
Who says that? Back in the real world, Henry has gone missing again, and to find out where he went, Emma decides to go and talk to his teacher.
The bird is free and will do what it will. This is for them, not us. They're loyal creatures. If you love them and they love you, they will always find you.
No matter where you are, they'll find you. Just birds everywhere, all the time. They never leave. Help me.
I should never have given him that book. As you well know, Henry is a special boy. And as you might be aware, lonely.
This is a waste of time. Have a nice trip back to Boston.
Sorry to bother you. Yes. How's the book supposed to help? These stories, the classics, there's a reason we all know them.
Because Disney took public domain IP, found a way to copyright it and shove it down our throats to get us to buy toys and merchandise?
They're a way for us to deal with our world, Well, if it doesn't always make sense.
Okay, well, tomato, tomato.
He's like any adopted child. He wrestles with that most basic question they all inevitably face.
The single question that haunts the mind of every child.
In The Little Mermaid, why does Ariel give up her entire life just for some guy she doesn't even know? Seems like a bad idea.
Okay, this is a huge misconception, okay? Ariel wasn't in love with the prince. She was in love with the idea of the outside world and freedom from her family. Ursula the Sea Witch and Sebastian both warned her, and by extension us, not to get too deep in over our heads. But does Ariel listen? Nope. She just uses her like, I'm just a cute dumb little girl routine to manipulate the prince and pretty much everyone else to get what she wants in the end, okay? All Ursula did was follow through with the contract that Ariel willingly signed on her own, okay? In The Little Mermaid, Ariel's the bad guy. Hashtag Ursula did nothing wrong. Anyway, back in the fantasy world yet again, the queen raids the castle and gives her final victory speech because that's the kind of show this is.
Why did you do this? Because this is my happy ending. The child?
Gone. It was in the wardrobe, and then it was gone.
You're going to lose. We'll see about that.
Where are we going?
Somewhere horrible. Absolutely horrible.
You know, everyone I've ever met who lives in Maine describes it exactly the same way. But in the end, Emma decides to stay in Storybrooke and figure out what is really going on with Henry and all the people in the town. You know, Once Upon a Time is one of those ideas that sounds really awesome on paper. I mean, like, yeah, we basically already had this whole thing with the movie Enchanted that came out like 15 years ago or whatever, but still, like taking fairy tales and adding a little twist to it, like it sounds cool in theory. But I can see why so many of you recommended it to me because like, there's a lot of lines in this show that people say that they shouldn't be able to say with a straight face, you know what I'm saying? Although I have to admit, the production quality of this show is way higher than it has any right to be. Like, there's a lot of money being thrown at this show. I mean, yeah, it's mostly green screen, but still. And the fact that it's gone on for 7 seasons, which by the way, the final episode of the show airs this week, there's some serendipitous timing for you, is impressive, I guess. But like, I don't know, the premise of this show sounds like it should have been a movie or maybe a couple movies, but like 150 something episodes to drag it all out seems a little excessive. But I mean, I can see how this show would appeal to a certain demographic of people. Hey everybody, so really quick here, May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and so I thought it'd be a good time to talk to you guys once again about BetterHelp. So okay, BetterHelp is basically counseling or therapy done online right from your home. They have hundreds of different therapists from like any religion or ethnic background or life experience, like whatever. Like you can choose a therapist that's right for you and you can change anytime. And while of course mental health counseling and therapy services are the main focus, they also have things like marriage counseling, career advice counseling, help for addiction, counseling for family issues, anger management, and so on. It only costs between $35 to like $70 a week with unlimited communication with your therapist. Now, compare that to regular therapy, which costs upward of like $300 per session. Not that bad. And get this, if you need help, but you're worried about like money or financial situation, whatever, like they even offer financial assistance for those who qualify. Now, I get a lot of messages from people who tell me how my videos have helped them through tough times or, you know, talked them off a ledge, so to speak. And I'm really glad that they resonate with you in that way, but as should be very obvious, I'm not a professional. So if you're having these feelings and you need someone to talk to or you just need help from a certified professional therapist, click the link in the description and please give BetterHelp a try. Okay, last thing really quick. Slight tone change, but let's just power through it. We have a bunch of Once Upon a Time merch in the store. We got this straight out of Storybook t-shirt, a couple cool backpacks, and we have 3 new necklaces, guys. We have the Storybook necklace, the Wicked Witch necklace, and my personal favorite, the Captain Hook Skull and Sword necklace. The link is down in the description, and at checkout, if you use the promo code AlexMyers, just my name, all one word, you get free worldwide shipping. Anywhere you live in the world, we got you covered. So if you're interested, check out the link below. By the time this video is out, I guess we will be traveling through Florida actually, because May 17th is my birthday and we're going to Disney World, we're going to like Key West, things like that. So we're gonna be traveling by the time this video is out. So, you know, if I'm not real active on Twitter, that's why. Like I said in the video, you know, Once Upon a Time, I watched it and like, I get why it was popular and why it lasted so long, but it's like, you know, it's one of those ideas that sounds really awesome and cool like on paper, but then it's like, when you actually see it done, it's kind of like, like with the Alice in Wonderland movies with like Johnny Depp and all that, it's like, you know, Alice in Wonderland, but with a modern update and all that stuff like that sounds interesting, but then when you actually watch it, you're just like, this is This is too much Johnny Depp for me. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, guys, don't forget to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter. I try to reply to everything that I get. So if you want to send me a message, say a little hello, or, you know, give me an idea for a video you want me to do, don't be shy. Go ahead and send a message. Follow my dog Charlie on Instagram, Charlie Meets Pumpkin. I have a Patreon, just $5 a month. You get like behind the scenes stuff. You get to see some stuff early, artwork, scripts, that type of thing. Check out the merchandise if you're interested. And above all else, have a great day, everybody. And I'll see you all next time.